I passed the test. Basically, I passed the test with what you need to just literally pass to just get a job. You feel me? Not a job you can pick, but get a job, my nigga. So I passed the test. Making this alternative path for myself in my life. And it wasn't just for me. I made this decision for my family, for my little brothers and sisters. So my little brother and my little sister won't have to ever worry about the same things I had to worry about growing up, my upbringing, my adolescence. So my mom wouldn't have to worry about anything that she's had to worry about from me growing up. I just got a haircut. I'm feeling good. I'm finna go get that military badge and military check. And come out here in the next couple more minutes to join in here. Just enlist these, like, we're the next people to protect the country. So it's just, you know, because this is you're basically the people of tomorrow. Not to say that anybody else isn't the people of tomorrow. For that class of people, we were the set people who said we were going to go beyond our meats and put our life on the line for the country. You feel me? So with that, I was down in Melps. I'm doing a story. I was at the Marriott, and I remember the first day of me at Melps. I was just learning so much. Yeah. Like, I was just talking with so many different people. Like, it was one of the longest days ever. I promise. Like,
and the charger went through my foot.
Bruh. Stop giving them all the sauce, bruh.
Bro, I'm telling you, what happened to me? I'm finna go eat some noodles. I love you, man.
I love you too, bro. I'm editing him out. I'm editing him straight up. Just had to go scroll through my phone real quick. Okay, look. I hope everybody doing really, really good today. Super, super well. Super, super fantastic. I'm close because it was around this time. You gotta fact check me just so I make sure I'm not tripping. Gotta fact check me, just make sure I'm not tripping. Okay, look, so chat. If you are tuned in, this is a story time of how I almost went to the Marines. How I almost went to the military, how I almost went to the Marines. For those folks that don't know, I almost went to the Marine Corps last year in November. And my fault, if you watching, this going straight to my YouTube. Of course, I'm recording it on Twitch, but man, please just leave a like before I get into the video. If you're a new viewer, if you're your first time coming through showing love, just be sure to like the video, because it's a touchy situation, but it's like, you know what I'm saying, everything in life happened for a reason, and this is one of those things that happened at a period in my life where I ain't know what was going on. Like, I was really just like going with the flow, to be honest with you. But without further ado, it's your boy TezTripz, One Real Solid Trip on the on the YouTube, TezTripz on the Twitch, and on Instagram. I've never went and looked at all of this. I really done took a trip down memory lane, like messing with y'all. Bro, I had just got a haircut too, bro. I'm gonna go back and re-drop this. And this is the same time around the time I'm working at Amazon. Okay, so cool. So cool. Okay, so look, Pete. For them folks who don't know me, my name is Leontez Win. That is my name. If you didn't already know, my name is Leontez Win. First name, last name, Leontez Win. You know what I'm saying? I'm 23. I just turned 23 September. On the 9th of September. So for them new people who first time, you know what I mean? By the way, yeah, I'm doing this outside, so everything finna start shifting to the nighttime. But I'm gonna try to keep everything in the balance of what's going on in the time of day and night. You feel me? I'm gonna try to keep everything balanced, keep the lighting good, have y'all I don't want y'all to be sitting here in the dark watching me. Of course, I'm gonna have something planned, but that's just me talking. But 23 years of age. I graduated the class of 2020. I went to Stevenson High School on the east side, Stone Mountain. I'm originally from Decatur, Georgia, east side. East side, baby. When I was in school, matter of fact, and let me make this a little bit sweeter. Cause that's what I purchased it for, so I could be able to do that. You feel me? I gotta pay attention to it though. I don't have my clip chat, but y'all get the point. I don't have my clip, so I can't really talk with my hands. So I thought I was gonna do, but it's all good. So yeah, basically when I was in high school, I was in NJRTC. If those folks that don't know what NJRTC is, don't quote me. I might not be right, but I could be. ROTC is like the Reserve Officer Training Corps. So I was in the branch from my school at Stevenson was the Navy. So I was pretty much in NJRTC for 3.5 years of my high school time. And for those people who don't know, if you're in NJRTC for said time, which is I believe 3.5, or basically the majority of your high school time, you will graduate with a cord. A cord catered towards the completing that pathway, which would be the military pathway of said branch that you were in at your school. So if you was in the Army, you would have got an Army cord. If you was in the Navy, you got Navy cord. This, that, and the third, such. You feel me? Like, based on the branch, that's the cord you receive. So with that cord, you would be willing to go into your choice of branch. That choice of branch with a higher ranking, depending on like some rankings in different branches, they had the same some rankings in some branches had the same like classification, but based off of you serving your time in high school, you would be considered you would already be when you enlist into the military, they have ranking. So if you were in NJRTC in the Navy, if I would have went in when I first graduated, I would have went in as, I believe, E3. For those people who don't know what an E3 is, don't quote me, because I used to memorize these. Like, I used to know these by heart. I want to say, because you start off as a seaman first class, petty officer. I don't know. I'm gonna drop it right here. E3. You would go in as an E3, but basically, you would go in as a higher rank into said branch. So with you going into a higher branch, you're offered more money, and you basically be ahead of anybody else who had no type of experience and they just tried to enlist. So with me, for the people who know me for my time being out of high school, if you notice since then, or people that know me when I was in high school, I didn't really get a chance to grow my hair because I was in NJRTC. For those folks that are familiar with NJRTC, you have to maintain your hair in military standards. So if it's no more than 2 inches, it can't be no more than 2 inches. So in length. So I did a lot of my high school time chopping my hair and cutting it down low so I could maintain a good grade inside NJRTC. Just really be a standout in that class, because at the time I did take a true passion with that class. It was a good class. It was actually fun. Like, it was just a class based off like discipline and instilling like different military, not just military like doctrine, but just, discipline, self-discipline, just being able to carry yourself in the armed forces. So with that, I did 3.5 years. And on my last year, I got out. of ROTC. So it was no more wearing uniform. It was no more PT on Fridays. It was no more sir, yes sir, in the class doing push-ups. You wearing the uniform, all of that. Just wasn't no more haircuts. I wanted to grow my hair out. I wanted to try something different. I wanted to free up more time that I had outside of ROTC and just see what I could do, especially if I already knew that I'd served 3.5 years, that I would actually get my court. So when I got out, I already knew I was getting a court for ROTC, so I took that. And another factor that went into that is I took my ASVAB on my last year when I was a senior. I took my ASVAB and I scored, I believe, like a 42 or like a 44. And at the time, I believe, I don't know if it changed, but at the time, that would have been a grade where I could have had more options into choosing what branch I wanted to go into, what job I wanted to go to. And it would have been factored into me wanting to go to places like the Air Force, because the Navy, I didn't really care to be on a boat or like be on a ship overseas for real. Even though, like, for people who kind of familiar with the Air Force, they can kind of intertwine like that, just depending on what field you're working in. But that's neither here nor there. I didn't really see myself in the Navy. I didn't see myself in the Army. I didn't see myself in none of those branches. I said I could see myself in the Air Force, but that just begged the question that since I was already out of ROTC, I gave myself an opportunity when I graduated to just, I looked at my mom and I kind of made a commitment to myself, like, if I just graduated high school, I don't want to be obligated or just initially send myself straight to the military. Like, I don't want me being successful in life to be determined by me signing a piece of paper and dedicating my life over to something like that. Like, I just couldn't fully grasp it at the moment. I just didn't see. I felt like I'm a very creative person. I come from a background where that wouldn't be like my way out. I felt like I was meant for something else. So at the time, I see no interest in going to the military at the time. Like, that was the last thing in my mind. I didn't work in high school, so the first thing in my mind was, okay, let's see if you can get some money. Like, let's see if you can make some money. You feel me? Like, let's see if you can find some type of comfort and enjoyment and finding yourself and making money without going straight into the military. Let me turn the flash on because it's getting kind of dark. This flash might not do what I wanted to do, but it'll do something. It will do something. Okay, so yeah. With that, I just didn't see myself going straight into the military. I felt like I was destined for more. So I chose to just work and work my first job. I worked a few different jobs since then, a couple different jobs. Like, you hit your trial and error. Never getting too comfortable where you at, but just trying to figure out what's for you and what's not for you. So over the past couple years, it was just me finding myself and discovering myself and learning more about myself, and then just giving myself an opportunity to try different things and say I did it, and to open doors to see what I'm actually skilled at. Because the whole time I was in high school, or the whole time I was getting ready to graduate, I thought I was going to be playing football. That's a whole nother story time, because that didn't pan out anything like how I thought it was. So fast track, I didn't play football. I didn't go to the military. I believe the year, it was last year in 2023. So for them folks that made it this far, around this time last year, August of last year, I don't know how I came across. No, I do. I have a friend. I got a couple friends, but I got two friends. They had both went into the military around that summer or early on in that year. In the first quarter of the year, they had enlisted into the military. They joined. They left. I had three close people I knew that I went to school with. They went off to the military, and I still kept contact with them. And I was able to keep contact with them. So with them going on with my civilian life versus their military life, it was just a compare and contrast type of game, and it was just hearing the different benefits and things that went into where each other were at our times in our lives at that moment last year. So For me, like I said, I bounced from different jobs, just trying to figure out what I really like to do and what I was passionate with. So I found myself getting into logistics a lot around the time. So I was driving like vans. I was driving for Amazon at the time. And I had a friend, like I said, I was communicating with different friends that I remember that was in the military. Just talking to them basically and working my job. I felt myself making money and just everything was okay. But it was just something bigger. Like I got big dreams and aspirations. It comes to things like I said, my logistics and making money. Like my dream is to really be a serial entrepreneur with the things that I enjoy doing or feel that can bring me money and income passively. So the thought of that just continued to battle my mind at the time and amongst what I was doing at the time. So it just battled my mind, like what I want to do and what it's going to take to get there. And then you start talking money, you start talking what it takes, and just every factor that goes into where you're trying to get to where you're going. And you got to be 100% dedicated and actually know the field that you're diving into versus just saying you want to do something and not knowing what it takes to get there. So for me, it was me not knowing what all came with going to the military, what all came with signing over my life to go to the military, what it came with just making this change and making this alternative path for myself in my life. And it wasn't just for me. I made this decision for my family, for my little brothers and sisters. So my little brother and my little sister won't have to ever worry about the same things I had to worry about growing up, my upbringing, and my adolescence. So my mom wouldn't have to worry about anything that she's had to worry about from me growing up, you know, whether it been insurance, housing, financing on things, cars, and just, you know what I'm saying, different benefits that come with being in the military that people talk so much about and people rave about. Because I could sit and say all these things, but don't knock anyone going to the military because it's a good opportunity. I'm not knocking that for anybody, but just know what you're signing up for. Do your own research. Do your own research. Do your own research and get familiar with what you're trying to do, who you're going to be doing it with, and what it takes to get there. Don't let anyone take advantage of you and just make you a number. And that brings me further into my story time of saying how I feel like how I almost went to the military, how I was almost taken advantage of, and how that situation just opened my eyes. So like I said, fast forward, it's August. I'm working at Amazon. I'm just hustling. I'm just working. I'm working. Still doing my side hustles on the side. I'm making clothes. I'm doing music. I'm moving people on the side. I'm doing logistics. I'm doing everything in my that I was talking about. I was being passionate about. I prayed for, and I was doing everything like that and that sort. And at that same token, at that same time, it just didn't feel like I was doing enough. Like I wanted everything to happen right then and right now, and I felt like I was exhausting myself at the time, and I was like, why isn't things happening right now? And it's just I was just so confused and lost at the time. And conversing with individuals that were in a place where I wanted to be financially stable, financially free, they were in the military. You feel me? They were in the military. So for me, conversing with them and asking my questions and just getting into a deep understanding as to where they are in their life and how did they get there, it just opened that door for me again to say, hey, like I'm interested, like I would go to the military. I could see myself doing it. Like I can see that. I wouldn't mind doing that. I can see that. I can see that for me, for real. So sorry, chat. I go hood. Should I go hood? I ain't mean to turn the mic off. Hold on. Okay, chat. I don't know what's going on. I have no clue. Okay, let's put this right here instead. Okay, yeah. I like it right here. I love chat. Turn my chair now. Okay, so look. Basically, like I was saying, I was just evaluating everything that was going on around me and just seeing the people that was my same age in different positions and taking advantage of the opportunity that they got in the military. So that's when I started to make up in my mind, after conversing with close friends of mine, that I think I want to go to the military. I think I want to try this. Listening to different family members and them saying the different benefits. Just do it. Like, the world's still gonna be here. Everything's gonna be the same when you get back. It's a great opportunity. Just do it. Just get in, get out, and just make that. Just do it. So I went full gun ho. I said, yeah, let's do it. Screw it. Okay, cool. I'm talking to my a friend of mine in the military. We just gonna call him Eggman. We're gonna call him Eggman. So I'm talking to Eggman. And Eggman, we're gonna call him Chin. So I'm talking to Chin. Chin tells me, okay, cool, are you ready? Mind you, I had two partners who was trying to get me to enlist, but I know it was a referral for one of the two, and it's not like I was choosing one over the other. Just one of them was literally here in arm's reach of me, still in Atlanta, and the other one was like out of state or like in another country, I believe. So for me, having to have somebody in my corner or in arm's reach of me, it was easier for me to try to make that transition by talking to them and trying to understand, okay, how did you get into the military? What brought you here? What is your overall, hey, what's up? How's your day going? Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Yeah, you could ask me a question for sure. For sure. Can you hear me on this mic? Is it loud enough? I can't even hear. I just got it up. They're shooting in my neighborhood. Yes, I stay up in the hood. Okay, but back to the story time, y'all. Yeah, Chin was telling me, okay, it's cool, you can come to the military. Hey man, you'll get these benefits, you'll get these car loans, you'll get these VA house loans. They're gonna pay for you to when you get out of the training camp and all this, that, and the third. I'm also a streamer, but for some personal reasons I left it and started making paid art stuff for streamers. What would you like to see more? I would, cause I want to have like a setup for my page. Just DM my just check out my it should be in my bio. Just check out my Instagram. I don't know my Discord off the top of my head, but check out my bio on Twitch. My Instagram actually is the same as my Twitch, so it's TezTripz. So you can give me a follow and just text me, DM me on Instagram at TezTripz. See if we could come up with something. Cause yeah, I'm familiar with different people's streams and I see like their layouts and like different art and things that can be done, and I'm interested in doing that because I want to take my Twitch to the next level. But yeah, just shoot me a DM so I can look into that. But back to the story time. You guys, Chin put me on to should I go shades on y'all? I'm gonna go shades on y'all. I'm probably not gonna be able to read the comments, but who the hell cares? I mean, I care, but like, I'm locking. Okay, does it look right? Okay, so cool. So Chin tells me, okay, cool, bro. You can go to the military. You're gonna get all these benefits. It's gonna be great for you, bro. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, so boom. He sets me up with his recruiter. We're gonna call his recruiter Bunny. We're gonna call his recruiter Bunny. Don't ask me why we're calling him Bunny. We're just gonna call the recruiter Bunny. So we got Chin and we got Bunny. Chin tells me, okay, cool, man. I can set you up my recruiter. And to this day, I love my boy Chin. Chin, a close friend of mine through high school. We was in ROTC together. Yeah, we went to school together, all that. So it's a close friend of mine. I know him. We come from the same thing. Come from hanging out, sleeping over at each other's house, growing up. You feel me? Like that's brother. That's fam. You feel me? But Chin puts me on with his recruiter, right? And I'm going through the processes, and this is why I'm still working. So any spare time that I get where he asks me to come do something, whether it's come work out with them, come fill out some paperwork, come do a meeting, come just come to the military office, come holler at us. Mind you, by the way, if I didn't say this already, I'm gonna say it now. My recruiter was a Marine recruiter. Yes, the Marines. He was a Marine recruiter. For those folks who don't know about them motherfucking Marines, they're the motherfucking Marines for a motherfucking reason. You feel me? Anyway, when I first did my first meeting with him, I told him what branch I wanted to go to. I bet one of y'all could probably guess what branch I would want to go to. Yes, I was gonna cut all my hair too. But if y'all can guess what branch the military I was gonna go to, I sent everybody in the chat $1. Got my word. I sent everybody in the chat $1. For everyone who guesses the right branch that I was gonna go into, I'll give you $1. I'll give you $1. Please take a look at your Instagram DMs. I shared my work with you there. Find me on Instagram at Colleen22. Alright, I'm gonna reach out to you, Colleen. I'm just finishing my story time. Yeah. So that was that. You feel me? That was that. Hold up, chat. Cause I'm gonna have to say this whole thing. I'm gonna have to send it to myself. And I'm veering towards the end, but I just want to make sure the whole gist is got and understood. Oh wait. Okay, cool. Okay, so cool. Y'all got it. So it's Chin, and he put me on with Bunny. So I'm talking to Bunny. Bunny telling me the same thing that Chin told me. Oh, you can get this, you can get that. I feel like it's a great opportunity for you. It's gonna help me rank up too. So it's like it's a win-win for both of us. I could use you. You're in perfect shape. You can do X, Y, and Z. Like you're perfect. Like it'll all work out. You can help out your family. Like everything I told him, the benefits, what I was looking for. He just told me that back to me. Like, this is gonna be that. That's gonna be good for you. That's great. Let's do it. I look forward to your message on Insta. All right, I'll shoot a message to you. Yeah, this is a great opportunity for you. Boom. Just do it. Just close contact, calling me, texting me, checking up on me, pulling up at the house. I'm coming to get you. We're gonna do this today. We're gonna do that today. Just trying to build a better rapport with me. You know what I'm saying? Get me all on board, whatever it takes. Get me on board. So I'm gun ho right now. Like I'm active. I'm physically fit. I'm loving everything that's going on. I'm just taking everything all in. Like I'm learning what little information I'm getting. I'm just taking everything in. Everything's moving fast, and just weeks are coming up. It was a couple week process. Just like, oh, we're gonna it's not gonna be just something abrupt. We're gonna get you in there, gonna get you in a good spot, get you in there at a good time, and everything's gonna run so smoothly. So okay, cool. I take my I'm getting closer. I learned everything. He done showed me different things. He's telling me now it's time for me to actually take my PICAT. For those folks that don't know what a PICAT is, it is a test that evaluates your overall comprehension on like military skills and different different military comprehension along with general knowledge. So I take that test. Boom. I cheated. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not even gonna cap y'all. He sent me in the back room. I had my phone under my desk, and every time they walked out of the room, I'm over here just, hey Siri, chat. I wasn't even using ChatGPT at the time. I'm just asking Siri everything, or I'm copying and pasting on from here to there, just taking a picture with some credit. Like, what's the answer? Like, I'm trying to get a good grade. Not you. Yeah, I don't know if y'all heard that. She just said it. But yeah, so I'm really locking in, trying to get all these answers. Because I'm trying to go to the Air Force. So I don't know if I told y'all that. My whole purpose in this was to try to go to the Air Force. I understood that was the business side of the military. I understood that was the side of the military that just, it's all great reviews, you know what I'm saying? Or they don't do as much work, or hey, this is their jobs are pretty simple. Like, and I have an uncle retired 20 years Air Force, and so I have an uncle and different people around me who could say they did that, and period, telling keep grinding. Appreciate that, Brody. Appreciate that sub, Exhib 045. I appreciate you for that sub, bro. I really appreciate that. But what was going on? Oh, so at the time, everybody was telling me, yeah, I'm taking the podcast. I'm taking the exam, and I'm telling them, yeah, test is super easy. They come in there checking on me. I'm like, super easy. I'm almost done. I'm almost finished. And that's coming up. And around that time, they just wanted to see a podcast, make sure I'm physically fit. So when I go down to MEPS, and I'm gonna get into what MEPS is in a second. When I get down to MEPS, everything will run smoothly and accordingly. So I cheat on my podcast, and I tell them I'm done with my podcast. Of course, I aced this podcast with flying colors. I believe I scored like an 80 something or 90 something. And they just like, wow, like when you really aced that, like you really did that. I'm like, yeah, pretty easy, pretty good. Like, yeah, so I'm hyped, I'm ready. I'm like, I'm going to the Air Force. I got this test done, that's out the way. And then they told me, this is what they told me. They was like, okay, when you take the podcast, from this podcast, you're only gonna have about roughly like 40 to 20 questions. 40 to 20 questions on the podcast. That's gonna be on your like actual test. Your actual test. What you doing for your future? YouTube, clothing brand. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Logistics. I'm a serial entrepreneur. So it comes to doing YouTube. I'm a clothing brand owner. I manage a business called Covered in Culture LLC. I draw. I'm a artist in many different ways. I'm in the logistics, trying to manage a logistics company. So I drive step vans and box trucks right now, but I'm trying to in turn get into driving big trucks like commercial trucks and getting into contracting. And I'm into YouTube, which is its own type of income, you know, just recording videos and doing stuff like this every day to bring in some type of income, and just doing something I actually like doing, because I like editing and like making creative videos, and it goes hand in hand with making clothes. That's some type of shit. I see you grinding. Appreciate that, Exhib. Like, I'm really trying to stay down with what I'm trying to get at, and I know it's all in good time. I just gotta keep going. So, and this is why this story time ties into like what's going on in my life right now. Because around this same time last year, I was in a different place. I had different thoughts in my mind. I had different dreams in my mind, and things change. So you just gotta be life is ever changing, and things are always changing. So you gotta be willing to adapt and adjust to what's going on in your life. I do the streamer edits of him. His name V Turby. Say Exhib, if you got Instagram, I think my link is in my bio. DM me on Instagram at TEZ. Well, my same name on here, TezTripz. DM me on Instagram. Can you show me some of your edits? I'm still trying to get familiar with everything on Twitch and everything on here. So I'm trying to grow and just do different things. So just shoot me a DM, show me some different things you be doing on there, and we can see if we can probably collaborate or something. Because like I said, I'm trying to grow. Always open to new things. Yeah, for sure. Okay, yeah, appreciate you, bro. But yeah, y'all. So I take my pocket. I ace it. I cheated. Who cares? It's over. I got my grade. They told me I did great. They told me I'm ready. As soon as I finished that test and I turned it in, they said, "All right." Oh, I had to get that gas out of my system, right? So that's another thing I had to work on. Everything else with me was smooth. They loved my attitude. They loved everything I had going on. Just at the time before that, I was just smoking. So I had to get that out of my system, and that was the only thing that they wanted to make sure I did before I got ready to enlist to the military. So, we're cleansing all that. But anyway, we finished that test, and they immediately say, "All right, you're ready. I think in these next 2 days, or like by tomorrow, you go down to MEPS. You get ready to go. You can get ready to leave. Like you can enlist by next week." As soon as I finished my test, I'm telling y'all, this is the fastest process. Like it just happened like that quick. I finished my test. I got my grade. Within the next 10 minutes, they had already went and grabbed the clippers. Within the next 10 minutes, I'm going to drop a little picture. Within the next 10 minutes, yeah, is that light bothering y'all? Oh, well, okay. Oh, if I do that, I got to get all up on it like this. Okay, so cool. What do you say? You should post these stories. That's the plan. I be posting on YouTube, and I peep how Duke Dennis used to do his story times. I think he used to stream on Twitch. If not Twitch, he used to stream on YouTube. And what he would do is he would post these videos on his platform. So I'm gonna talk on here. If I can get active people in the chat, I'm gonna talk in here, do my story times, and then transfer it over to said platform, edit it a little bit. Probably post it with like my 2K clips or my gaming clips that I got, or go hand in hand, or I might post it like this, just depending on how I'm feeling, and get these story times out there, because I got a lot of story times. People don't know a lot that's went on in my life, but not to say it. Anyone else doesn't live a pretty interesting life, but I damn sure live a pretty interesting life. And yeah, with that being said, I was they cut off my facial hair literally. I'm gonna drop a picture. They cut off my facial hair in the next 10 minutes, bro. I promise you. I had a whole goatee. I got a haircut the day before. I was feeling good. I'm finna go take my test. I got a whole cut. I had my mustache lined up. I had my goatee all thick, and it's just looking good. And I had showed every female in my phone. I just got a haircut. I'm feeling good. I'm finna go get that military badge, that military check. And they cut my hair in the next 10 minutes. They said they would have cut the dreads, but they said, all right, he can wait. He can hold out. We're gonna cut the facial hair down. He gotta go down there with no facial hair. So they cut off my whole face. You know what I'm saying? My whole face. You know what I'm saying? My whole little shindig. The goatee from the mustache, little sideburn, anything I had going on, cut it. It was over, gone. I can spread your name. I know a lot of people. Bro, I greatly appreciate that, man. However we want to get into this networking, I'm trying to grow this brand and just keep growing up. I really appreciate you, Exib, though, for staying tuned in. I really appreciate that, bro. You don't know how much that means to me, for real. Have somebody engaging in the chat talking. Yeah, I'm in and am I your first? Am I your first or nah? What first? What, like viewer? My first viewer? First follow. I'm at 113 followers. I'm not affiliated yet though. I was just at 111 when I started this live. Typically when I get on the live, people don't usually follow, but within me talking in this little period of time, I done got 2 follows, so I can see myself being on here more. But yeah. I'm not affiliated though, so I need like 5 people to talk in the chat at the same time for me to get affiliated. I already reached my following goal. I posted my Twitch on Facebook, and I got it out there for people to view. I just need more people to talk in the chat so I can get affiliated and start getting some income from Twitch, just depending on whatever guidelines or things I gotta do to meet it. What is this? Keep doing it. Appreciate it, bro. Definitely gonna keep doing it. I'm already feeling it. This is my first time doing one, for real. This is my first time doing it. I kept telling myself I was gonna do a story time for this past weeks. I work with different close content creators and YouTubers around me. And I kept saying I was gonna do a story time, but this time is just going up and I'm still telling my story. So I can see myself getting on here doing this a lot more often. So, yeah. I'm bald. They cut me. I'm bald. I don't have no face. I'm sitting there looking goofy as hell with no face. And I'm like, damn. It really just, like, it's getting closer to that time. I'm finna go to the military. And they cut my face. Told me, okay, cool. You go home. And good. You got a good test. We're gonna put the paperwork in. Gonna get you ready to go down to MEPS. Chat, this is the craziest next 48 hours of my life. Chat. Within those next 48 hours, I go home. If you look up TezTripz, I'm his mod. I can have him say something. I really appreciate that, Brody. I'm gonna go look him up. I don't wanna look at the I could look. See, I would look at him, look him up right now on my phone, but I'm streaming off my iPad, and I'm using my phone as my flashlight. But I'm gonna be sure when I get off here to check him out. If you didn't already DM me on Instagram, just message me his name too. But you said TezTripz. I'm gonna definitely check him out though. And I would greatly appreciate that, Brody. Like, that would mean a lot to me. I promise. I don't know if I sound like somebody who just saying it, just unwholeheartedly, but I really appreciate it. I will later. Okay, bet it, Brody. But with that, I think by the next day, I went home, came back. It's time for me to go to MEPS. And for those people who don't know the whole process of going to MEPS, I had to meet. Oh, I wasn't the only one enlisting. I was listening with like 2 or 3 other people, 3 other small people. So we all went down to MEPS together. And some of us all had the same issue. It was all good to go. We just had to get this paraphernalia, this gas out of our system. So my recruiter was kind enough to go out of his time and out of his own pocket and get us some what you call them, cleanses, or like cleanse detox. Get a detox for all of us. It was like 2 of us just needed a detox. Got our detox, and we're getting prepped to go to MEPS the next day. And for those, we're not the MEPS, but like MEPS, like pre-MEPS. You feel me? You're welcome, gang. Appreciate you, Brody. For real. For those people who don't know what MEPS is like basically like the headquarters, or like the boot camp. Not the boot camp, but the pre-boot camp before you go to boot camp, for real. Like the check-in, like front desk, like, you feel me, like home ed, like not home ed, but like the attendance office, you feel me? So I'm geared, but we gotta meet at the Marriott in Atlanta by the varsity. If anybody knows what Marriott I'm talking about, this is where they hold all like the enlistment, like just I forgot what do we do the night before. It's more so like everybody going in and kind of expressing what branch they're going to. They're basically just getting us all in one area the night before, so we can all get on the bus and go straight down to MEPS. So we just telling them what branch we're getting. Basically, we're just checking in. We're checking in at the Marriott, checking in at the hotel. Everybody checking in. They got what little bit of clothes they do have. Just keeping in contact with their family members, and just so we get down to the Marriott. I'm gonna drop these videos in here too. Down in the Marriott, I might have dropped it right here. I might have put in a couple of videos of us at the Marriott. So cool. We go to the Marriott. I'm interacting with different other people my age. I'm just interacting with different enlistees and people who are looking to start their military career. So I am in
I'm in the Marriott. I'm just talking to different people. I'm a lot of network of people, so I'm talking to different people. I'm gaining different knowledge. We eating good. We all got our own hotel room. We just going around the hotel, like they're treating us well. It's good. Like we're the longest days ever, I promise. So I'm there for the whole day. We get there pretty early. Like we're at the hotel like all day. We're at the hotel all day. So spending my time in the hotel, talking to different people. At the same time I'm cleansing. So I gotta drink these big old gallons of water, and I gotta put this cleanse in my body the night before we go down to Meps. So I'm just drinking water, and cleansing. Cool. I go to, and what shocked me, if you stream tomorrow, I'll join for sure. Everybody gotta go, but I got you on name. I love your story. Keep grinding. If you stream tomorrow, I'll join up. Bet, Brody. I'm gonna post mine tomorrow, and I'm gonna do another one for real. I got a whole nother story time that I'm gonna talk about. But so I'm at the Marriott, and like I said, being down there, I learned so much. I appreciate the people I ran into. I appreciate the people who was able to just share different knowledge and wisdom with me that I didn't know before going down there, based off of just the little things that my recruiter told me that he might not have told you and your enlistment, and you getting ready to change your life over and make this change for your life. What do you say? Hold on. All right, see ya. All right, see ya, buddy. So yeah, I'm there, and I'm at what I said, Marriott. I learned so much. It was just so eye opening in the like 16 to 18 hours that I was there. I just learned so much. I promise you I did. Ate good in my hotel room, just networking with different people, building these different bonds with people who are just finna embark on this different point in their life. And like I said, I came across some really interesting people. Some people who really gave me great advice and great motivation. And we had to get up, I believe, the next morning at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. We had to get up at 5 a.m., be up by like 6. So me being me, I'm a night owl. I'm hard-headed. I stayed up the entire night. I stayed up all night. Ask me why I stayed up all night. I'm glad you asked. I stayed up all night because not only was I cleansing, I got into what you would call temptation. I got into temptation. So it was a lot of pretty fit. It was so many pretty women. That's another thing. I'm just locking on focus. But it was so many pretty women going into the military, going into MEPS. That just had me sitting there like, wow, like there's so many beautiful women there. And it was like everybody was just like, we were just interacting with each other. So it's like really just seeing this stuff firsthand. It was like we're still people, we're still humans, and this is right before we go from civilian world into military world. So just trying to build good bonds with people. So I'm talking. The person I told you was cleansing together, they were supposed to enlist together. He calls me and tells me, okay, like, hey, it's 2 of them. Like, come to the room. This, then the third. It's 2 of them. Just slide. I'm in this room. Da 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 da. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm downstairs. I'm finna slide. I'm finna come out of my room, and boom, it's gonna be a movie. We're gonna do that. Let's make it happen. Okay, cool. I leave my room. When I left my room, I had an uneasy feeling, but the feeling was like, all right, bro, who cares? YOLO, you only live once. I go to the room. I pull up. Females are there, the vibes are there, and I'm in the room like, oh my goodness. Oh, and mind you, when I walked in the room, it wasn't just the females, bro. It was 1, 2, 3. I believe it was 3 females, and it was like 5 dudes in there. So I'm walking in the room confused already. Like, I think a dude answered the door in the first place, or a female and a dude, like at the same time. I don't remember, but they answered the door, so I come in the door. Okay, cool. Evaluating the room, seeing everything that's going on, and I'm really sitting here like, bro, they all in this one room, because they had already told us don't be going deep in each other's room. Don't go 8, 10 deep in the room. Everybody 2 person to a room, y'all, because they watching us on camera and this, that, and the 30, doing all of that. Watching us on camera, making sure we following all the guidelines they got us down there to do, and just being in accordance. So I'm macking. I'm in my bag. I'm macking. I'm just sitting here talking. Well, I'm not even macking. I'm just sitting here talking. Like I said, I'm networking. So people dig my stilo. People like how I'm acting. People like my look, my feel, my aura. So I'm there, and I'm vibing. Everything cool. And then it get time. We about time to leave. Fast forward. I done left my phone. Particular female. Hey, my love, if you're watching the video. Particular female. I left my phone in the room with them. It's then the third. We gotta remingle. Gotta get my phone back from them. What ended up happening? I think, did we stay in their room for a little bit, me and him, or they stayed in our room for a little bit, her? And either way, he had a female, I had a female. We was in the room just chilling, yada yada yada, just laughing, joking, giggling, just good vibes. It was a good time. But I did that all the way up until it was time to get on the bus. I was asleep for like an hour or 30 minutes, knowing I had to take a test the next day, and I still had to cleanse. Asking why I did it, I don't know. So I stayed up all night, and I was unsure if I could cleanse my body fully, because I was up just doing everything else except what I was supposed to be doing. Okay, cool. Fast forward. We wake up. It's 5 a.m., 6 a.m. I am bloodshot tired. I'm out my body, walking around that hotel, and they telling us to line up one by one, 2 lines, and get ready to walk out the door to load these 2 buses. I am shot to hell tired. Did we eat breakfast? I think we did. I'm still shot to hell tired. You feel me? So I'm shot to hell tired. We get on the bus, and we load up and we go to MEPS. My nigga. I get the MEPS. And the process before I even got to take my test was so long, bro. You got to go to each door that's like zoned for what branch you're trying to go to. You got to talk to those people before you even can take a test. You got to tap in with your branch before you really like fully enlist and start doing all the other things that they need you to do before processing. So, okay, cool. I tap in with the Marine door. But I tell the Marine Corps door when I get there, I'm here with the Marines, but I'm trying to go to the Air Force. I told my recruiter this too. I'm here for the Marines. I'm sent here by a Marine recruiter. But I discussed with him that I wanted to go to the Air Force. So they're confused. Everybody's like, what? I don't understand. You got to take that up with her, or you got to make your way over there at some point, or you got to... Basically, they're not making this any simpler. They're just saying like, of course they're giving me direction, but they're kind of being hard about it. Like, they're just kind of saying, just do this, do that, and then we'll see what we can do with that. Okay, so cool. I get to taking my test. I fell asleep, I know, over 6 times. 6, 8, 9, 10 times. I can't exaggerate this. I fell asleep for half the test. Every time a question came up, and I looked down at the keyboard, I looked back up, the question said, you timed out, move on to the next question. It's already been answered. And it's not like it's already been answered like they're gonna give me an answer. It's already been answered like, nigga, we didn't give you no answer because you're taking too fucking long. So half the test is scratched. I passed the test with a 36, 38, or like a 32. Basically, I passed the test with what you need to just literally pass to just get a job. You feel me? Not a job you can pick, but get a job, my nigga. So I passed the test. And I still, by the way, I passed the test and I'm disappointed. I believe they tell you your score. They tell you your score there. I believe they tell you your score there. If not there, I received when I got back to the. No, they told me there. They told me there right after I finished. They told you exactly what you scored. So I didn't score at all what I wanted. I failed myself. I failed my little brother, my sister, my mom. So I was upset. I was torn. What I came down there for and what I prepared for, I went down there unprepared, unready, and I failed myself. I failed my family. So I was at MEPS and I left MEPS with the foul taste in my mouth of knowing I didn't go down there and do what I said I was going to do. Feel me? How did I get back? Because once we finished all of that, I think we came back to the hotel. How did I get back to the hotel though? I finished my test. And I think after you finish your test, my recruiter came and got me, or rode back on the bus. I don't think I rode back on the bus. My recruiter came and got me. Immediately when my recruiter came and got me, oh, you snaked me. I can't believe you. Like, why would you go down there and tell them like, this, that, and the third. Oh, you this, that, and the third. You can't be trusted. I can't believe you would do me like that. And I'm just sitting there like, bro, like, what are you, are you good? Like, what do you mean, bro? I snaked you. I told you what I was trying to do. I told you what my plan was. So if anything, you snaked me. If you knew what I wholeheartedly wanted to do and what it took for me to get there, we would have been on the same understanding of that's what I needed to do. That's what was for me and not for you, not for your own number, your benefit. Okay, so cool. I get chewed out. By our recruiter. He's basically telling me like, well, you done already went down there and fucked off on the test, so now can't really do nothing but go down there, go to boot camp, get you a job. If you really want to transfer out, or you really want to like change your branch. Once you get in, you do your boot camp, and at the end of your boot camp, we can see what you could do and move around, see this, that, and the third. Yeah, we look at it then. Nah, bro. After he told me that, I told you I was already torn. Oh, but there was a part 2 to that day. I was the same day that I failed and did all that. I was back at the motherfucking hotel, cause it was a day 2. Or the day 2, they got to get all your medical stuff, like the same like me passing the drug test and physical, like your physical, yeah. So part 2, day 2, which is the same day that I failed. So I took the test same day. I'm up since the day before. I have no sleep. I failed the test. I'm up since the next day. But he tells me to go back to finish it. My part 2 tells me to go back and finish it. My part 2, just so we're on the same page. Like, okay, bro, you just gonna go in there, knock this out, yada yada yada. Then we're gonna move on with the rest of it. So I hear him out. I'm still torn. But he drops me back off at the military, at the hotel. Basically, so I can do this part 2. We all get back on the bus. We all get ready for this day 2, part 2. And you know what I'm saying? I get acclimated and get ready to do this whole thing all over again. Okay, cool. Day 2. I'm seeing the same people. Everybody got their test results. Everybody's confident. They know where they're going. Some people already got the full details. They already know what's going on. By tomorrow, we'll all be taking drug tests. And by that next night or that following morning, if not that same day, that next day, we'll all be departing to go to boot camp and start our military careers. Now me, I'm torn like I said, so I'm boo-hoo crying. I called my uncle. I'm lost, and I'm sitting there like, bro, I came down here, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. I didn't get a good grade. I don't know what I'm doing. I called my uncle. Uncle, what do I do? What do I do? I didn't get I didn't get a good. I didn't prepare enough. He trying to get me to go to the Marines. I want to go to the Air Force, and this is what he said I should do. And I don't feel right. I feel uneasy about this whole thing. And Unc puts it to me like this. He tells me his experience. He tells me what he knows. He tells me the people he knows, and says you don't have to make that decision. It's your decision at the end of the day. Make the decision what's best for you. I feel like the Air Force is best for you, and stand by your decision. Find you a new recruiter. Get reacclimated to go, and when you're ready, get geared and go. If that's what you want to do. So after talking to my uncle, and this is on again, off again, while the whole military office, the Marine military office is calling me on again, off again, like my different um commanding officers, or my recruiters are calling me from the office, like, oh, what are you doing? When? What's this? What's that? Or nah, you just stay, just do this. Ooh. So military office telling me, the Marine Corps military office telling me to stay. My uncle telling me to follow my heart, go to the Air Force. I'm boohoo crying. I'm on the phone in between. I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I can't believe I did that. And it's just like, I'm just in distraught. I'm in distraught as to what I'm going to do next. So I have one more deep conversation. I lead this conversation all the way to the night, like the middle of the night, like to 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, midnight, like contemplating. I talked to this one person. I'm not going to forget her name, but for the story, we're going to call her Baby D. We're going to call her Baby D. I talked to Baby D. She was the last person I spoke to before I left the building. I remember I walked her to get something to eat because she wanted to get something to eat. It wasn't nothing there. They had already closed like the eating hall for us. She wanted something to eat. She wanted some pieces. So we walked to Mellow Mushroom. Walked her all the way there, made sure she was good, stayed by her side. Escorted her all the way there. Escorted her all the way there and just kept her close to me. And we got some Mellow Mushroom. Fast forward, it was good. We was feeling great. We talked it up, chopped it up, like I said, just networking, had great conversation. And like I said, she was the last person I talked to before I left the MEPS, the hotel. So we came back to the hotel, got back to the room. I remember talking to her now for like an hour in the hallway, just about what I know and what she knows, and just this last step into me stepping into what I want to do. And I know I talked to her for an hour, and I finally came to the assumption. She was like, "Yeah, you can make this decision. You got to make the decision on your own." And to know, like, she was like, "What's best for you?" Like, yeah. She get basically another one of those eye-opening moments. Like, she told me a lot of stuff that I didn't know and stuff that I needed to hear. So I was able to account and really factor in different things that I wasn't able to hear the first time going around. And with that, I was able to better contemplate after that whole day, talking to my uncle, talking to my recruiters, talking to her again, and just getting closer and closer and closer to coming into a overall decision. So by 2 o'clock that night, 1 o'clock in the morning, I called my Uber. I called my Uber back to the military office. Y'all gonna ask me why I called my Uber back to the military office? That's because that's where my fucking car was parked. That's where my car was parked. I drove to the military office. He drove me to MEPS. And I got on the bus and all that, so I didn't have my car the whole time. This is when I had my car. I'm gonna give y'all a whole story time about my car too, my first car. Whole nother story time. I'm gonna put that as the next video, my next story time. No bullshit. I Uber to my car. Get to my car. I drive home. Wait. Yeah, I drive home. We weren't thinking twice about this. I'm like 20 minutes from my house. I drive home. I get my car. I Uber from MEPS. I pay whatever little money was for the Uber. Get picked up from the hotel. I'm gone. I'm gone through the night. I'm like a thief in the night. I'm gone. I go back home. I accept the fact that wasn't for me, bro. That it just wasn't for me. I almost went to the Marines. I almost did something I didn't want to do. I almost did something that I would have been not forcing to do, but I would have been misled into doing. Just I would have made a decision that at the time seemed like it was the best decision for me, but at the time it wasn't the right decision for me. So from my own overall um gathering and just learning and just being in the mix firsthand, it wasn't my time. Not to say it won't be, not saying it can't be. It just wasn't my time at the time. I'm a firm believer in God's divine perfect timing. Um, only thing I got tatted on me, only thing I have tatted on me is Isaiah 60:22, which says, when the time is right, the Lord will make it happen. So believing in that is just knowing like if it's for me, if it's meant, it'll happen. If it's not for me, if it's not in His timing, I gotta understand what's not for me and be able to grow and evolve and make the right decision for me. And at the time, going to the military, signing my life over to go to the Marines and do something I didn't want to do was not in my playing cards at the time. So that's why I'm still here. That's why I'm still going. I didn't go to the Marines. That's why I'm still here talking to you. So I'm telling you, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you for hearing me out on this story. I've been saying I want to do a story time about this particular topic for I know since it happened, really. I told people I was going to tell them how this really happened. I never spoke about my overall experience. And it could probably be more in depth, but that's just like in a nutshell to kind of give y'all some info on like what kind of happened, to understand where my head is at with that. Because this is a real cloudy. It happened so fast. Like I said, it's so cloudy, but that's how it went for me. And it was just a time in my life where I was lost. I didn't know what I wanted out of life. I just know I wanted to make some type of change. And not all change is good change. But you gotta make sure the change that you make for your life is gonna be something long term that you can deal with, that you can accept. If you can't accept the change and the alternatives that you make with your life, you have to find a way to be 100% committed to that decision. And that's to why you're here. And as to why you made that decision. But don't let don't let the world push you into a direction that you know is not for you. Make your own decisions, make your own evaluations, do your own research. This is your life. You get one shot at your own life. Make that one shot count. Don't live your life for anybody else but yourself. And with that being said, this is the conclusion into my story time with TezTripz. One real solid trip on the YouTube, TezTripz on the Instagram and the Twitch. I really appreciate y'all for pulling up on me. Let me share my story time with y'all. It's all love. If you just watched this video, if you were tuned in from start to finish, I appreciate you. Like the video, subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. And if you made it this far, comment Marine Corps. I know you watched this whole video. If you comment Marine Corps in the comment section. But yeah, this was my story time on how I almost went to the Marines, how I almost went to the military. I appreciate y'all for pulling up on me. It's your boy TezTripz, one real solid trip. I'm out. Bang.